Hey y'all, I've been experimenting with slowing down this month, and I'm going to invite you to join me in some real chill, gentle movement. So, all you're going to need is some bolsters or towels or pillows, maybe even a blanket, something to make you really comfy. You might put on a sweatshirt, you might put on some socks. You're going to be laying on the floor. And so, whatever you need, if that's extra layers of cushion, if it's couch cushions or pillows off your bed or towels, go round up all your stuff that you would need to make yourself really comfy. You can pause the video for a second and get all that sorted out so that you're not uncomfortable. You want it to be warm, supported, comfy, nestled. So start by laying flat on your back and just notice where are there spaces you can fill in. So this is pretty common. I see this a lot if I've got clients with a lot of tightness in their neck or chest. You might notice your chin is a lot higher than your forehead, or that your shoulders are way off the ground. So if that's happening, get something, get your towel, get a little pillow, and support your head and neck. So what I'm going for is a pretty flat forehead and chin. So my chin isn't jutted up. If your shoulders are way up off the ground, put something under your arms so that your shoulders can just rest. Another thing that is pretty common is wanting to have a little something under your knees. This might just feel nicer on your low back than having your legs straight out flat. So just experiment with this. Take a second and get really comfy. And then you can get rid of any of these as we're moving along if you decide you don't need them anymore. And then take 5 deep breaths with me, breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in. And a nice slow exhale. And see if you can make your breath so that it's barely audible. Slow and quiet. 2 more big, deep, slow breaths. And then these next couple of inhales and exhales, just start to notice, where is your breath going? Do you feel any movement in your torso, in your rib cage? Do you feel any movement in your belly? Do you notice any tightness? Are you clenching your jaw? Are you tightening up your back? Can you allow for some softness in your face? Softness across your neck and shoulders, upper back. Can you soften your hips and your low back? Notice your hands and feet. And this will just give us a landmark to come back to. Just this noticing your breath, noticing your body and how it's resting here on the floor. And so you don't need to put yourself in any particular position. There's no right or wrong way to have your arms or your legs, just what feels comfortable. And then just know that as we start to move, you may end up taking away some of your padding here. I just want you to start to roll your head left and right. So if your head was a globe, In the middle of the back of your head was the equator. You're rolling your head globe on the equator, or I'm following this imaginary horizon line, and I'm just stopping at the point where I feel a tiny bit of resistance. My goal isn't anything. It isn't to get my ear to the ground or to push my chin way over. It's just to pay attention and listen and notice as I roll to the right. So I think I'm going to have more success without my towel. Try a couple. Yeah, I get a little more roly-poly without the towel. The next time your head rolls to the left, stop there, open your eyes, and just notice, what do you see? Maybe something on the wall, piece of furniture, piece of artwork. We're going to do a couple more of these and just give yourself, again, a landmark to find. Roll your head to the right, maybe say out loud, bookshelf or corner of the couch, just notice. Or you could notice how close your ear is to the ground. And then take another rest. Relax your back. Relax your neck. And then let's do the opposite of that. This is a chin nod. I'm going to tuck my chin, make my chubby double chin towards my chest. And then I let my chin move away from my chest. I'm gently tightening the back of my neck. I'm just easy does it, nodding my chin. Now the back of my neck is a little longer. I'm tightening my chest, my throat. You might feel some movement in your rib cage too, and that's okay. Anything that wants to move can move. You're initiating from your head, looking up at your bangs or your eyebrows, looking down at your chin or your belly button or your chest. And then this one too, you get a little sense of how far back, maybe what do you see when you open your eyes? When you look overhead, and what do you see when you look this away towards your feet? And then rest. And then let's try a circle. If overhead is 12 o'clock, looking back or up, start there. And then you can gently roll your head around to 3 o'clock. To me, that's my right shoulder. And then I can roll my chin around to my 6 o'clock, my chubby double chin. And then 9 o'clock to me is my left shoulder. I'm going to do 5 of these really slow circles, rolling my head down, around. I'm stopping before I feel any pain. If I feel a little bit of an edge or some stiffness or tightness, that's where I stop. I'm not pushing. I'm not forcing. I'm just allowing for movement. And then once you've done about 5, you can reverse your circle, going pretty slow, up and to the left and down and to the right. You could even go slower than that if you like. You could stop at any of these points and take a little second here and do a little back and forth. There's a spot that feels kind of sticky. I'm going to do 2 more this direction. Pause. And then just test once more. Roll your head to the left and just see, where does your face end up? If you remember what your landmark was, is it the same? And you can look to the right. Do you notice if there's any more ease of movement, left and right, or if you lift your chin and look over overhead or look down. Does anything feel like there's more? Hopefully there's more movement, not less movement. That's what we're going for. And then this wash rag exercise, I'm going to imagine that my arm is laying in a tray of paint, and I want to coat my arm with the paint. So as I roll my arm in or internally rotate the shoulder, my hand faces down, my palm faces down. As I roll my arm out, I'm exposing my chest and shoulder, gently pushing my shoulder down. Now my fingernails rest on the floor. So I'm going to roll my arm in, and I'm using these muscles in the front of my chest wall to roll this. I unroll just to where I feel some flatness through my chest and shoulder. And then I can gently push my shoulder into the ground, palm faces up. We'll do 2 more like that. Palm faces down. So I'm not picking up my arm and turning it over. Holding it, coating it in the paint, rolling it. As I do this, I notice my head comes along for the ride. So just notice, does your head move as your arms roll? And if it's not, can you allow for some movement? And then after you've done about 4 of these, rolling in and rolling out, take a rest. And then we'll try the second arm. I'm rolling my arm forward. And I'm going to stand up in a second and show you what I'm talking about in case you can't see me very well in this position. So when I say rolling my arm forward, what I mean is literally as if someone were pulling this arm and shoulder forward and then rolling this whole arm back so that my arm is attached to my chest and my back. I'm not just doing this from my elbow down, but I'm allowing my whole arm to roll in and out. And we're doing about 4 of these. And so the idea with these wash rag, this is wash rag exercise, which is a somatics move. This is all taken from the Hannah somatics work of moving a little bit, resting or contracting a muscle, releasing it, and then resting. And the rest is important. It gives your brain time to put all of this together. And then you might try right palm faces up like you're holding a cup of soup, left palm faces down. So that might look like this. As I roll my left palm down, my right palm up. When I do that, I notice my head rolls to the right. And I'm going to come back to center, back to neutral. Then I can gently sink my left shoulder, turn my left palm up, right palm faces the ground. Notice what that feels like to make your right shoulder heavy. Your left shoulder is light. And then your left shoulder is heavy. And your right shoulder is light. And then take another rest and take another few breaths here. So next up, we have a little lean. I'm going to lean my pelvis to one side. And I'm going to start by pushing on my left foot. And when I do that, I lean into my right hip. And I'm making this real easy. Easy does it. Left foot and right hip heavy on the ground. Then I slowly come back to center. I'm going to do 2 more just like that. Pushing into my left foot as if I was trying to make a little foot imprint on the ground, leaning into my right hip. Breathe, relax your back, relax your shoulders. Exhale, come back to center. Once more, notice if you can keep most of your leg and hip relaxed as you push into your foot. Notice your neck and shoulders. And lean, and then come back and rest for a second. Take a full breath here. We're going to go the other direction. I'm going to lean on my right foot and lean on my left hip. So this side feels different. This is the hip that I tend to have some tightness in. So I have to really gently, lovingly encourage it to not kind of grip and grab. We don't want that. We want ease, leaning into your left hip, leaning into your right foot. So I'm going to do a real tiny version, stop there, and then I'm going to talk to this hip and say, would you please like to relax? Oh, there we go. Thank you very much. Come on back. Do one more. Breathing. Right foot heavy, left hip heavy. Breathe, relax your shoulders. Come on back to center. And then these are your puppet arms. I'm going to reach my arms to the ceiling and really do reach. Imagine somebody's grabbed all the way back here and pulled your arms up. So my shoulders are up off the ground. My chin is a little bit lifted. I'm breathing. And then as you exhale, drop your shoulders into the floor. So I'm keeping my elbows straight, my hands over my elbows, over my shoulders. Inhale, reach up to the ceiling, almost like my arms are in little tubes hanging from the ceiling. On your next big exhale, drop your shoulders, but keep your arms extended. Let's do 3. Inhale, broaden your upper back. Exhale, sink your shoulders. Last 2. Inhale. Exhale. Last 1. Keep that heavy, wide feeling across your shoulders and upper back, and allow your arms to float out and in. So we're just looking for a range that feels comfortable for today. Inhaling, picture taking up a lot of space, like your arms could stretch all the way out across the room. Broad upper back, broad chest. Arms out. One more. And then we're going to do big sweeping circles, whatever feels comfortable for your shoulders and neck today. So this might be small, medium, large. Arms go overhead, whatever feels like a comfortable range. Down by your hips, out to the side. That may mean that your arms end up sweeping the floor, but maybe not. This could be a nice circle. Let's do 2. Inhale, allowing for movement in your shoulder joint. Exhale, last 1. We're going to reverse that whole thing. Circle your arms up by your ears. Heavy ribs, heavy chest, relaxed neck, relaxed jaw. Sigh. Unlock your jaw. Let's do 2 more circles. And then find a comfortable rest position. That might be arms straight out to the side, or your cactus, or maybe hands down a little bit. Take another breath here. Thanks for taking the time to slow down with me. I thank you. Your body thanks you. If you have feedback for me, how was this for you to do these slow movements? Was it boring? Did you find your mind wandering? Did it feel restful? Did it feel nice to just have 20 minutes on the mat to just, no. Yeah. If you want to do more stuff like this with me, at the end of each of our fitness classes, we spend about 5 to 10 minutes doing some type of a restorative meditation. And then the Monday night 6 p.m. class is mostly stretching. We'll do a little bit of standing work, but a lot of this very slow, calming, stretching kind of stuff. And I'm happy to work with you one-on-one. Reach out to me directly if you're like, I need more of this in my life. I'm going and blowing nonstop, and I need to just force myself to take some time to be quiet, to slow down, even if it's 5 to 10 minutes here and there. I love you. I hope you have a good holiday season. Happy New Year, and I'll see you in 2025.